There's some kind of electronic lock on this door. I can't open it. This is either a Dark World armory, or I've wandered into a gun shop in Los Angeles. Who are you?
I'm a simple craftsman, skilled in the arts of binding metal with flesh. I build biomechanical appendages.
What are biomechanical appendages?
Organic and mechanical weapons that connect with and into your body. They are controlled by your nervous system, just like a normal muscle.
Hey, can I get one of these biomechanical appendages from you?
For a price. I trade and sell my work. Right now, I could use a triggering device.
Why can't you just build a triggering device?
Supplies of metal have been difficult to obtain since the ancients took over.
What is this place?
A weaponry and supply shop.
What are you working on now?
I am building a grenade-launching crossbow, a special order from the Dreketh Guard. Unfortunately, I don't have a trigger mechanism for it.
Who are your masters?
The ancients. They force us to work for them or die. Those monsters.
Are all the inhabitants of the Dark World enslaved?
All of us still alive. Those few of us the ancients deemed valuable were spared and forced to work for them.
How can the ancients be defeated?
I don't see how. There was one brave soul. Goth was his name.
Who are the lackeys?
We all are. Craftsmen like me, the Dreketh Guard,
Well, this is all very interesting.
Do you think you have a choice?
What a magnificent structure. It looks like a temple, but I can't imagine that Dark Worlders would find anything worthy of worship. This place gives me the creeps. Even in the normal world, I feel uneasy about attending church, especially since my father died. Hello, I'm Mike Dawson. What is your name?
I am the High Priestess of the Temple of the Triangle. Welcome, and learn what I have to teach.
What can you tell me about the Dark World?
The Dark World has existed alongside your normal world ever since time began. It has evolved along with your Earth, a counterpart, a negative image of your own world.
How much is the Dark World a counterpart to my own?
People and places in your world have parallels here in the Dark World. There are differences, however. Sometimes the Dark World counterparts are missing, killed by the ancients or otherwise lost.
Can actions in the Dark World affect the normal world?
Sometimes, but the rules governing these correlations are not understood. But yes, many times an action in the Dark World causes a reaction in its normal world counterpart. Electromagnetic correlations seem to be the strongest.
Why do you say that this place is a negative image of my world?
We're what you would consider to be the dark side of yourselves. What seems to be madness to you, we consider sane. What you perceive as pain, we feel as pleasure.
Now I understand why there are so many evil creatures here.
You have malevolent creatures in your own world, too. Do not confuse madness with evil. Most of us want to live in peaceful coexistence with the normal world.
What is this place?
This temple was constructed eons ago as a place of worship for Dark World beings. Originally,
Tell me about the points of the triangle.
the points of the triangle were the basis of our religion. The 3 points are truth, represented by the light, knowledge, represented by the scrolls, and just
Tell me about the light.
the light illuminates our lives. It shines with universal.
Tell me about the scrolls.
The scrolls contain the vast knowledge of our people.
Tell me about the sword.
The sword is a powerful weapon against injustice and fear. It is useless against the mundane, but against evil,
Why do you say that everything is now gone?
the ancients have taken over our world. They have outlawed our religion and imprisoned spiritual leaders.
You're a spiritual leader?
I was the High Priestess. I conveyed the wisdom of the Keepers to all Dark Worlders who worshipped the Triangle. But now I am forbidden by the ancients to instruct our...
Why are you helping me if you are forbidden to...
Just because something is forbidden does not mean it no longer occurs. It is my destiny to teach. It is your destiny to learn and act upon that.
You don't look like you're imprisoned.
I am imprisoned here in a confinement beam. The ancients thought it too dangerous to keep all the religious leaders imprisoned in the same area.
Some of you are held under house arrest?
It is more insidious than it sounds. The ancients had their minions install power locks all over the area. The machines in the power center direct energy to various sections of the city to split us.
What can you tell me about the portals linking our...
The portals have always been in existence. There are portals all over Earth. It was inevitable that a few humans would find some of them. We have had normal world visitors for centuries.
Have any Dark Worlders crossed...
No, but it is more a matter of biology than physics. We would die immediately after crossing the barrier into your world.
Do you know where all the portals are located?
No one knows where all the portals are. There is one located in the power center inside a maze. I have heard that...
Tell me more about the ancients.
The ancients are alien beings from another planet in our universe. They had depleted their home of its natural resources.
Where are the ancients now?
The ancients control things telepathically, using their psychically evolved brains. They slumber in their spaceship hovering over the power center. Few have ever seen them.
What do the ancients want?
They want to drain the life force from sentient creatures to sustain them in their eternal slumber. We have tried to stop them, but their minds are too powerful.
How did you try to stop them?
A short time ago, we staged an uprising. The Keeper of the Sword led the rebellion, but they failed.
What happened to the rebellion?
It was crushed by the ancients. You see, Michael, you are our own...
You know who I am?
Of course, Michael. The story of your first battle against the ancients is chronicled in our sacred book, the Necronomicon. It also foretells that you will defeat the ancients once again.
What became of the keepers?
The 3 keepers went into hiding, but recently have been found. The Keeper of the Sword was killed, and the Keeper of the Scrolls imprisoned. I heard the Keeper of the Light has...
Do you know where the Keeper of the Scrolls...
She is being held captive in the prison compound at the Ancients' Power Center. If you are planning to visit her, be warned that the biomechanoids guarding the prison will...
I have many more questions to ask.
I am afraid I have nothing more to tell you. You should go before the...
Wait. Do you know what the ancient...
Their credo is, death provides life. It is how they look upon the countless worlds they have plundered. The ancients are parasites. They...
Why, there's a picture of my old house in Woodland Hills. And here's a picture of me. This There's a guard in front of that building. This looks like some kind of crime scene. Are you one of the Dreketh Guard?
Hardly. I'm simply a biomechanoid, pulled off the assembly line for sentry duty.
Why are you guarding this building?
It is the house of the High Priestess. It has been deemed off-limits to all personnel.
Can you help me? I think I'm lost.
Walk elsewhere, organic form. You do not belong here.
Why is the house of the High Priestess off-limits?
I presume that the ancients believed that it still contains secrets hidden away. Secrets that might undermine their authority.
Look, I have a privileged worker card.
No one may enter the house of the High Priestess, not even
I'm sorry to have bothered. May I ask you another question?
You ask too many questions for a Dark Worlder.
A dead end, in more ways than one. This cul-de-sac ends at a cross. Why are there symbols of death all around this complex?
Data card not presented. Thank you for everything you... The best way to thank me is to fulfill...
Look, buddy, I need some answers.
You do not follow orders well. You are obviously not under the Ancients' control.
What happened to me? Hey, I'm back in the underworld. What happened to me?
Hello again, Michael.
Please don't tell me that someone else will be sacrificed because...
You have been too careless, Michael. There is no one else to sacrifice in your place. Now, alas, it is your...
Perhaps we Keepers were wrong to put our faith in Mike Dawson. Too many times he has erred, giving the Ancients time to hatch the behemoth. Once it came into contact with the normal world, the behemoth grew and grew until it enveloped the planet the humans call Earth. It sucked the very life force from the planet and renewed the energies of its masters, the Ancients, for another eon. All is lost. All is lost.
There's some kind of electronic... This is either a Dark World arm... Who are you?
I'm a simple
What are bio...
Orga-
Hey,
for a
why can't you... What is...
a weapon.
What do you work...
I am
Who are your man...
the ain't
Are all...
all of.
How can the...
I don't.
Who are the...
We all.
Well, this is...
Do you think you have?
What a magnificent structure. This place gives me the creeps. Hello. I'm Mike.
I am the high.
What is
this?
Tell me about the
point.
Tell me about
The-
Tell me about
The scroll.
Tell me about
the sword.
Why do you say
The-
you're a spirit?
I was
Why are you helping?
just.
You don't look.
I am in.
Some of you are.
It is-
What can you tell me?
The dark.
Why do you say?
We're with
Now I understand.
You have
How much is the dark?
people in.
Connections in the dark.
Sometime
What can you tell me about?
the portals of
Have any dark?
N-
Do you know where all the?
No one-
Tell me more about the ancients.
the ancients are.
Where are the ancients?
The ancient.
What did the ancients?
They want to draw.
How did you try to
A
stop?
short time ago,
What happened to the river?
it was crushed.
You know who?
Of course.
What became of the?
The three.
Do you know where the key?
She has been.
I have many.
I am a.
Wait. Do you know?
Their credo is death provides.
Why, there's a picture of my old house in Wood. Why, there's a picture of my old house. There's a guard in front of that building. This looks like some kind of crime scene. This biomechanoid looks like Ick and Uck's long-lost brother. Why are you guarding this building?
It is the house of the High Priest.
Why is the house of the High...
I presume...
Are you...
Hardly.
Look, I have a...
No one may enter.
Can you help me?
Walk el...
I'm sorry to... May I ask you another question? This biomechanoid looks like Ick. May I ask you another question?
You do not follow orders well. You are obviously not under...
What happened to me? Hey, I'm back in the underworld. Can you help me?
Walk elsewhere.
Are you...
Hardly.
Why are you guarding...
It is the...
Why is the house of... Look,
No one may enter.
I'm sorry to... What is there to eat?
I still have some rations of liquefied entrails in my food dispensers. Very...
What are these creatures I see?
Them? They're electro-vermin, chewing on the power cable.
Sure.
The regulars don't come around much anymore. Things have changed since the take...
Did someone take over the...
Yes, the invaders from space. Everyone calls them the Ancients. They've taken over our world. They run everything.
Who are the...
Horrible beings with great mental powers. They've been systematically eliminating.
When did the...
More than a year ago. The first few months were very bloody. Half of our population was wiped out.
Do the ancients have...
Yes. Now we're a police state. And I'd steer clear of the Hall of Justice if I were you. The Dark Justices are not very friendly.
Who are the min...
The troopers who enforce the Ancients' decrees, and the Justices who administer them. We have no one to defend us any longer.
What decrees?
Those not chosen to be killed must obey the Ancients' will.
Just what are...
The Keepers were our government.
What are
You know, those who have chosen to work.
Anything unusual going...
Unusual? Aside from being...
Is there anyone to...
Everyone works for the Ancients now. I'm forced to turn over all my proceeds to them. We have to.
Thanks for your time.
Perhaps.
Do you mind if I take this,
Take it, human. No one...
Rita's ticket stub to the high school reunion is the only memento. This metal card is encoded with data. I can't...
Matrix verified as privileged worker. Access permitted.
Let me inside the prison!
Only authorized Dark. Leave the premises!
I am a Dark World prison official.
Oh, I bet you.
It's always dark.
But we have day and night just like anywhere else. Any dark.
I am a Dark Worlder.
We will let you pass if you prove to us. Tell us which of us is Ick and which is Uck. You can ask questions. We like to be fair.
Is it daytime?
Of course, it's daytime. No, it is most definitely night.
Which one of you is telling the truth?
I am Uck, and it is night. He is not. It is not. I am Uck, and it's daytime, and it's final.
Which one of you is Ick?
During the night, I claim to be Ick. I am really Uck. He's lying. I am Uck. I am Uck, and it is night.
Okay, I know the answers to your riddle.
Then tell us.
You, on the right. You are Ick, and it is night.
You're guessing. You don't really know, do you? Go away, and don't come back until you prove you can think like a Dark Worlder.
Can you give me those clues again?
Well, we like to be fair.
Is it daytime?
Of course, it's no.
Which one of you is Ick?
During the night, I claim to. He's lying.
Which one of you is telling the truth?
I am Uck, and he is not. It is not.
Okay, I know the answers to your riddle.
Then tell us, which...
You, on the right.
You're guessing. Go away, and don't...
You resemble some friends of mine. I bet you can tell me if it is day or night.
It is not my business to know.
I have important news to give to the ancients from Ik and Uk, but I can't tell if they are truthful.
Ik always tells the truth during the day, but lies at night. Uk lies during the day, but tells the truth at night. Now go away.
Matrix verified as privileged worker. Access permitted.
Okay, I know the answers to your riddle.
Then tell us, which and tell us.
You, on the right. You are Ik and it is night.
I guess you are a Dark Worlder after all. Well, forgive us for doubting you, privileged one. You may pass.
Phew! This place smells like dry puke. It's her, the Keeper of the Scrolls. I feel like I should bow, but I'm too embarrassed. For a Dark World being, she is absolutely beautiful. For a Dark World being. Hello again, Your Honor.
Greetings, Michael. I am pleased to finally meet you in person. Please forgive me for allowing myself to fall into a state of captivity. Even we Keepers have failings.
What's going on?
We are besieged by the Ancients once again. They have conquered the Dark World and enslaved its inhabitants. Soon the Ancients will enter your world and do the same to your people.
What is the Ancients' plan this time?
They are hatching a horrid creature called the Behemoth. It is now incubating behind their power generator. This creature will enter your world and drain all life from it.
But I thought the Ancients weren't capable of entering the normal world.
This is true, but they have altered the genetics of a Dark World creature to create what is called a shapeshifter. A shapeshifter can assume human form and for brief periods of time enter the normal world.
What does this shapeshifter look like?
No one knows. The Ancients have kept its identity a secret. The shapeshifter goes to your world and severs the heads of his victims.
What must I do next?
The shapeshifter is gathering heads for the Ancient's power generator. The generator taps directly into the victim's brain cells. Once 4 human heads are implanted, the incubator will be fully powered and the Behemoth will hatch.
How do I destroy the power generator?
Seek out Goth the Hermit. He lives beyond the recreation center. Goth served the Keeper of the Sword. He has studied the power generator and knows how to use the 3 points to destroy it.
What are the points?
The points of the triangle are the 3 icons that have kept the peace in the Dark World until the arrival of the Ancients. The light, the scrolls, and the sword.
I met the Keeper of the Light. She said the light had been stolen.
Yes, I know. She is dead. I felt her life force extinguish. But if the Dreketh Guard have taken the light, then it may still be in the Hall of Troopers.
Do you still have the scrolls?
No, Michael. When I learned that the Dreketh Guard were coming to arrest me, I gave the scrolls to the Keeper of the Sword for safekeeping.
Where do I find the Keeper of the Sword?
The Keeper of the Sword was arrested not long after me. She is now under trial in the Hall of Justice. However, her life force is weakening. She may already be dead.
How can I identify this shapeshifter?
Only by facing your destiny will you know that. You must do it, Michael. Go back to your own world and search. Look hard at everyone you know. Look into your memories. You will find the answer there.
What must I do next?
Do not neglect the fact that you are under suspicion in your own world. Seek out your government leader. He will point you towards the truth, although he is unaware of the role he plays.
This place looks strangely familiar. I've got it. It reminds me of the police station from my first visit to the Dark World. I better watch my step in here. Excuse me, sir.
Do you know what we did to the last organic who asked to be excused? We gutted him and threw him into the maze.
Here's my data card, you tin-plated sadist. Now show some respect.
1,000 apologies, Organic One. I had no idea that you were a privileged worker. Where are you assigned?
I am assigned to the power center.
I thought as much. I heard they were bringing in other worlders to assist in getting the generator online. Tell me, have you already made your offering today? Or do you prefer to do it at night?
Yes, of course I already paid my offering.
I prefer to make my offerings of blood to the Ancients in the morning, too. It gets the day off to a good start. Wouldn't you agree? Well, you're obviously a loyal minion of the Ancients. Please, do me the honor of watching.
I feel a warm glow spreading through my body. The light shining from this lantern makes things seem so clear. A shooting gallery. According to my ticket, all the attractions here are free. A Wheel of Fortune game. You guess a number, and if it turns up on the wheel, you win a prize. I want to play Spin the Wheel.
Pick a number between 0 and 9.
I'd like the number 6.
Okay, give the wheel a spin. Number 6. A winner!
Matrix verified as privileged worker. Access permitted.
The machine stopped working. My nose is burning from ozone and other assorted fumes. It's making me feel lightheaded. This ego massager sure is heavy, but I think I'll be able to lug it around with me. According to what the Keeper of the Scrolls told me, this is where Goth lives. This is the Keeper's best spy? No wonder they lost to the Ancients. Are you Goth?
Go away!
All right.
Wait! You're a human, aren't you?
Yes. The Keeper of the Scrolls.
I thought so. The Ancients haven't seized control.
What happened to you?
I was trampled during a skirmish with the troopers at Tau Square. My exoskeleton is broken. There is no one I can go to.
What can I do for you?
I am in great pain. But the medicines are gone.
I saw people using drugs in the building outside.
No! Those...
I don't know where to find...
You have drugs in the normal world, don't you?
I can bring you some...
Please, hurry!
Hey, Gargon, I bet you can't lift this.
Oh, yeah? I can lift anything.
I'm sure that snapped you out of your depression, Gargon. How do you feel?
Why, I feel great. I don't know what you did, kid, but it sure beats those pills I've been...
Now will you lift the ice chest?
I'm afraid I have some bad news about the clown.
What's this about no more rumors?
Well, this is embarrassing. But
You've been taking pills?
Yeah. Antidepressants. Painkillers.
At last, the agony is beginning to subside.
How do you feel?
I feel the pain no longer, but that does not change the fact that I will die soon. At least I will be able to enjoy the experience.
Now it's your turn to help me. I'm told you know all about the Ancients.
No one knows all there is to know about the Ancients except the Ancients. But I do know about their current plans.
Why did the Ancients conquer your world?
They are life force scavengers. They travel from planet to planet, feeding off the life force from each world they visit. It sustains them while they sleep in their spaceship and ponder the universe.
Why would the Ancients be interested in my world?
They have nearly siphoned off the life force from this world, as well as most of the other planets in my universe. They need new regions to harvest. Your world for...
Just what are the Ancients?
They've created a creature called the Behemoth that is able...
Why did the Ancients...
This creature was designed to collect the life force of the human race and deliver it...
There is one Dark Worlder who can exist in the...
You speak of the Shapeshifter. Yes, but he can exist on your side.
Tell me about you and your undercover...
I have been part of the underground movement against the Ancients.
Tell me more about
The Keepers organized us to revolt against the Ancients, but we
If you couldn't...
The points of the triangle are the only way. Gather the 3 points. The light, the scrolls, and the sword. The troopers seized the...
Where is the sword of...
The shapeshifter has it. After the keeper of the sword was crucified, the Ancients gave it to the shapeshifter as a reward for his services in the normal world.
Where can I find it?
No one knows where he lives. I'm sure...
What do I do with
the Ancients' power generator? I've had a good look at it. You can overload it with the point...
How do I use the...
With the light, illuminate that which is dark. With the scrolls, feed the truth into that which is false. And with the sword, sever that which should never have been joined.
You've been very helpful.
Before you leave, take my cross.
Can this crossbow be...
I suppose so. We used it to disrupt communications. There is
I need to win a game in my world.
Games, he says. Were the Keepers wrong about that? Use it wisely, human. The power...
There's Mayor Fleming. I've known him ever since I was a kid. He and my father were in the insurance business together. Hi, Mayor Fleming. I'm Mike Dawson.
Why, of course, Michael. It's good to see...
How have you been, Mr. Mayor?
Just fine, Michael. And how are you feeling? I was told you were home
I've been home about a year on disability, but I'm...
That's good to hear. The missus and I have been meaning to ask you and your mother over for...
I heard that you married Melissa Talbot. Sort of amazed...
Well, Michael, you're only as young as you feel, and I prefer to feel young.
So tell me, how do you like being...
Well, it's certainly different from being in the insurance business. There's not much glamour in that line of work.
How is being mayor different?
Being a salesman was nothing but lies and manipulation.
I've been thinking of my father.
Yes, it was quite a tragedy.
I'd like to talk to you about the recent...
You mean Ms. Scanlon?
Rita was a friend of mine.
Yes, but only slightly.
How was the re-election campaign?
Well, we're just gearing up now. But
I sure would like to find out...
We all would, Michael. Now, I've asked some friends at the FBI to step in. I don't like the way...
Not to mention unraveling your...
You know, Michael, I probably shouldn't be talking... Damn. I left my briefcase in the car.
The mayor left his briefcase inside the car. There's nothing inside the mayor's briefcase but a quarter and... Why, that dirty old man. He's got a collection of porno pictures. Oh my God! These are pictures of Rita! Why, you sanctimonious old bastard. No wonder you're so anxious to bring in outside help to solve the case. You don't want the locals to find out that you and Rita were having an affair. Wait till Jack sees this. Maybe I can get the sheriff out of his office.
Sheriff's office. Butler here.
I want to report a robbery in progress. Come quick!
Who's being robbed?
Some poor old lady over at the ATM. She got roughed up pretty bad.
Thanks. I'll be there in a jiffy.
It looks like the coast is clear. I can't believe that idiot fell for my trick. Here's a photo of Rita, and the glass is smashed like it was hit with a fist. And here's an old newspaper article. The headline reads, "Butler charges dropped." I knew it. Sheriff Butler was kicked off the Dallas police force because he was accused of accepting bribes. He was never convicted because the key witness was killed in a car accident. Wait till Jack sees this. Here comes Jack. Thanks for meeting me, Jack.
No problemo. What have you found out?
I found a newspaper article accusing the sheriff of graft.
Well, I'm not surprised. I never thought that fat slob was a champion of law and order he pretended to be.
I also found a photo of Rita in his desk.
Really? I guess he still carries a torch for Rita after all. Good job, Detective Dawson. You were...
I found a bunch of nude pictures of Rita in the mayor's car.
I told you he's not the grandfatherly old politician he'd like us voters to think he is. Man...
Doc Larson has a little black book hidden in his file.
Hey, I knew he thought he was some kind of Casanova. Can you believe it? And the guy pokes...
That's it. But you know...
I would agree with you about the sheriff. His reputation, such as...
Why would the mayor kill her?
The mayor was shooting dirty pictures of her, but now he has an election coming up. That could ruin...
I don't see Doc Larson's motive.
He's about to deliver some important paper, right? What if Rita threatened to reveal Doc Larson wanted to do...
Hey, what about Mrs. Ramirez? Her husband was seen with Rita...
Ah, the jealous wife angle. Well, that fire did leave her a rich widow, but the sheriff never could prove her involvement.
Still, I'd like to follow up on...
It's your life, but if I were you, I'd keep close tabs on the mayor and Doc Larson. Well, I'm...
I'm sorry to bother you again, Mrs. Ramirez.
Is that so?
I just heard about how Mr. Ramirez...
Thank you. It was a...
I'm sorry that I never had an opportunity...
Why, I'm surprised. He was the most prominent attorney in town, a very successful man, and a chair.
I suppose that Sheriff Butler was in charge.
Yes, and he found nothing to indicate foul play.
I've heard rumors that the fire your husband...
Why, how dare you? Those rumors were started by the insurance company.
I'm sorry to bother you again, Miss...
Is that so?
I was just admiring your house.
Young man.
I'm sorry to bother you again, Miss...
Is that so?
So your family's been here a long time?
Young man.
I'm sorry to bother you again.
Is that so?
I was just admiring your house.
Young man.
I'm sorry to bother you again, Mrs. Ramirez.
Is that so?
I couldn't help but notice...
I do not...
I'm sorry to bother you. So your family's been...
Young man.
I'm sorry to bother you again. I was just admiring...
Young man.
I'm sorry to bother you.
Is that
so? Your family's been here...
Young.
I'm sorry to bother... I was...
Young.
I'm sorry to bother... So your
Young.
I'm sorry to bother... I was just...
Young.
I'm sorry to bother you again, Mrs.
Is that
Why do you think the town is corrupted by...
I do not care to be...
Excuse me, Mrs. Ramirez.
What is it this time?
I was wondering if you knew Rita Scanlon.
Only too well, young.
Just how well did you know Rita?
Well, enough to know she tried to seduce my late husband.
Why do you say that she was the devil's tool?
All of you young people are servants of Satan.
Did you see or hear anything?
Young man, I have already told the police everything.
Look, lady, Rita was my friend.
Is that so? What?
I'm sorry to bother you again, Miss.
Is that so?
So your family's been here a long time?
Young man.
Excuse me, Mrs. Ramirez.
What is it this?
I couldn't help but notice all...
I do...
Excuse me, Mrs. Ramirez.
What is it this time?
I was just admiring your house.
Young man.
It looks like the power to the entire block has been shut off. Hi, Melissa.
Well...
Just how well did you know Rita?
Not as well as some...
Melissa, I've got to...
Get lost.
But we used to be friends back in high school. You...
Used to be.
Poor Rita. It's a shame.
Poor Rita?
Why all this nasty talk about...
Ask around, Dawson. Just ask around.
Hi, Melissa.
Well...
I heard that Rita was seen in your husband's car shortly before...
Why, how dare...
Hi, Jimmy. I'd like to talk some more.
Yeah? Well, maybe I don't...
I've been looking into Rita's murder.
Oh, yeah? I'll bet the whole city...
Do you have any theories about who...
From what I hear,
How close were you to Rita before she was...
What business...
I thought that since you're still friends with Melissa, maybe you kept...
You leave Melissa out of this, you hear? And as for Rita, she wasn't the innocent...
What do you mean Rita got around?
Look, Dawson, stop asking questions before you get hurt.
I paid a visit to Doc Larson.
So what's that got...
I found a little black book listing you...
I used to round up dates for Larson now and then, and your librarian friend needed some cash. I guess our public
What are you saying?
Then don't believe me. But it was Rita who came on to the dock.
Maybe I should go.
Yeah, get...
Listen up, Gardner.
Look,
I just want you to know I'm...
Oh, yeah?
Listen up, Gardner.
Look.
I want you to take back what you said.
Dawson, take...
Hi, Jimmy.
Yeah?
I just want you to know...
Oh, yeah?
Listen up, Gardner.
Look.
I want you to take back...
Dawson!
Hi, Melissa.
Well...
Just how well did you know Rita?
Let's just say she...
How can you say such things about...
Forget it, Doc.
Melissa, I've got...
Get lost.
Poor Rita.
Poor...
Why all this nasty...
Ask...
I'm here to collect my final payment.
Quick! Get in before someone sees you.
Why, that was Jimmy Gardner. What's that thug do?
Come on, lady! You still owe me one last payment for the torch job.
You need to learn that patience is a virtue, young man. The money's been coming in slow from the insurance.
Mrs. Ramirez is handing Jimmy a... Jack didn't believe my suspicions about Jimmy. Wait till he gets a load. I have a splitting headache. I better go.
Why, hello, Mike. How are you feeling today?
You've got to help me, Doctor.
That's what I'm here for, Mike.
My head is splitting. Can you hit?
Of course.
These headaches are gonna kill me.
When did this last one begin?
A little while ago. I was out for a walk.
And what did you...
Well, I'd rather not...
Mike, you're not going to get better unless...
Let's...
All right. We'll hypnotize you.
Here's part of it. I'll have the rest tomorrow night when I can get to the re-election fund.
Make sure you do. This will be harder to get away with than torching that rich guy was. Boy, that Rita sure had a thing for other people's husbands.
Look! Up there, it's Mike Dawson. He's been listening in on us.
Dawson! Still sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. Just like your friend Rita. You want to end up dead like her and all her other friends?
Anybody hungry? How about some filet of brain? The gray matter is particularly tasty today. Just what makes us Dark Worlders strong and healthy. Hey, Mike! Your shoes are bleeding!
Oh, you're so gross, Mike. No wonder Rita would rather be with my husband than with you.
Mike, are you awake? How do you feel now?
I feel much better.
I'm gratified to know it's working so well for you. We have a few minutes.
What did I say?
Quite a bit. You're angry.
Why do you think I'm angry with the mayor?
Your dream. It sounded like the mayor's wife was plotting with Jimmy to murder her husband.
I'm angry at Jimmy. He killed Mr.
You're projecting, Mike. I think you're the...
Doctor, I think you're wrong about my feelings for Rita.
Well, maybe. But that's about all the time we have today. Give some more thought to what we discussed.
Here comes Jack. Guess what? I have a photo of Mrs. Ramirez paying off Jimmy for killing her husband. Yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence that his name keeps turning up.
What do you mean?
What's the connection between Jimmy and the sheriff?
Well, Jimmy told you he had the inside goods on the sheriff. I guess he was talking about the bribery charges.
What's the connection between Jimmy and Doc Larson?
Jimmy's name was listed in Doc Larson's little black book. Knowing Jimmy...
What's the connection between...
There isn't one. Oh, wait a second. He's very fond of the mayor's wife, Melissa. So you think he was angry that Rita was a homewrecker?
Hey, I'm angry that a married man was fooling around with her.
Well, before you go ripping somebody's head off, I'd check out their story. On my way over here, I saw Jimmy go...
I've been suspicious of you for some time, Jimmy Gardner. The liquor store robbery, the Lindbergh kidnapping, but now I'm convinced you murdered Rita Scanlon.
Listen good, Slim. I'm getting real sick of your crazy talk. Now shut your mouth before I shut it for you.
You don't frighten me none, Jimmy Gardner. This here letter proves you're a killer. They're gonna lock you up and throw away the key.
That does it, you loon. You stuck your nose where it doesn't belong, and now you're gonna pay for it.
Hey, stop picking on him, Jimmy. Put that gun away. Let's see if you're brave enough to take me on man to man.
You okay, Mikey boy?
What happened?
I had a feeling you were spoiling for a fight with Jimmy, and I thought you could use some help. Looks like I was right. You can thank me later. I've got to run.
Wait a minute. Where did Slim run off to? Are you okay, Slim?
Oh, come in, Mr. Dawson. Thanks.
I'm sorry I couldn't have done more.
What are you talking about, Mr. Dawson? Why, you knocked Jimmy Gardner.
I think you need glasses, Slim.
Some people think my head's a little screwed up, but my eyes are fine.
Why'd you run away when Jimmy pulled his gun? I thought
My uniform doesn't cover my face, Mr. Dawson.
What was this evidence you said you have against Jimmy?
It's a love letter written by Rita to Melissa's husband. It seems she was having a fling with our honorable mayor.
How did you get a hold of this letter?
Oh, I snatched it out of Melissa's purse earlier today. I knew she was involved in some kind.
What first led you to suspect Melissa?
I've seen Melissa go into the pool hall regularly the past few weeks. Now, that isn't the proper place for a mayor's.
I noticed you collect a lot of things, but how could you stoop to...
Well, Mr. Dawson, sometimes you have to bend the...
I don't understand what Jimmy has to...
The night before the high school reunion, I saw Melissa give Jimmy a big wad of money. That seemed mighty suspicious, especially after how Jimmy turned Mr. Ramirez into a crispy critter.
You know that Jimmy caused the Ramirez fight?
Don't act so surprised, Mr. Dawson. Most people just think I'm a crazy fool.
You know, Slim, there is a...
You got that right, Mr. Dawson.
Thanks for helping to clear my name. Next time you have a conspiracy theory...
My pleasure. But I'm going to give it a rest for now. My fillings are picking up radio.
Do you mind if I hand the letter and Jimmy's gun over to the sheriff, Slim?
Go ahead. Sheriff Butler wouldn't pay it any attention if I gave them to him. He didn't...
Jimmy's gone. I've got to find him before he kills more people for the generator. Is the trigger mechanism of this gun of interest to you?
Let me see that.
Well, is it something you can use?
Why, yes. This will do quite nicely. It's a trade, then. Here, let me attach your biomechanical arm.
Cool!
What the hell happened here?
I guess the trigger must have jammed. But I hit every target, so I think I still earned a prize.
You can have your prize, but I don't want to see your face around here again.
That was some pretty nice shooting there, Dawson. You seem awfully handy with a weapon.
Oh, hello, Sheriff Butler.
I'm just checking out the area.
Suspects?
No, not for Rita's murder.
Mayor Fleming's been murdered?
You been anywhere else in the park?
I don't know anything about it.
The FBI is examining the body right now.
The last hour? Well, I've been...
Work? Oh, yes.
I've got a letter implicating Jimmy. Melissa hired him to kill Rita for having an...
All right, Dawson. I'll talk to Jimmy about this letter.
This looks like a fun game. I used to play horseshoes with my dad. I usually beat him, but I think he liked to let me win. I have an admission ticket.
Yeah, hold on to your ticket. You need it for...
How much does it cost to play this game?
I don't want you...
Okay, what do I do?
Just toss a ring around that metal pole over...
I'd like to play this game.
Yeah, be careful. Bullseye! A winner! Splitting headache. I better go see Dr. Sims.